So I was just like flooded with so much like social media information. Side note, I truly wish TikTok did get a ban and that it wasn't a whole fake thing, because I feel like TikTok really ruined social media as a whole, and now it's just so saturated and it's so addictive. It's genuinely an addiction instead of just something that people can't that people binge. It's not even, people, how people binge TV shows. Like, there's nothing wrong with binging a TV show, but TikTok is now like a genuine addiction. I'm not even going into it. Anyways, but there's this one kid that I found on TikTok. He was this German boy named Toby. I think his full name is Tobias, but I don't remember his username. Maybe he did change it. He got veneers. But his name is Toby, Tobi, and he was maybe like 2-3 years older than me at the time, or maybe my age, I don't know. But he did a lip sync. Well, it was him and his friend. I feel so bad. Anyways, it was him and his friend lip syncing to some song by Ellie Goulding, or I think Outside. The song was Outside by Ellie Goulding and oh my god, what's his name? Calvin Harris. And he was on like a train track, and it was him and his friend, and like he looked so, oh my god, he looked so gorgeous. It was so beautiful and so majestic, and there were so many, it had like over 1 million likes or something. Like, it was transcendent. It was insane. And I felt so bad for his friend because nobody said anything about his friend. I'm sorry, dude. Like, if you're watching this, I'm so sorry. But I became obsessed with him, and it wasn't like a limerent crush, but it did get to a point where he posted, because he got like so much social media attention that he's now social media, like, that's his thing now. And he got I don't know why he was flying to the United States, but he posted that he was flying to the US, and I convinced myself that he was flying to Houston, Texas. Oh my god. I convinced him that he was flying to George W. Bush Airport. And I convinced him that he was flying to Houston, Texas. And it was just, I remember like my heart pounding and being like, oh my god, he's gonna be here. Oh my god, what do I do? Oh my god. I genuinely thought he was gonna come. Oh my god. That's actually crazy now that I'm thinking about it. I truly thought he was gonna come. This dumbass kid from Germany is gonna come here. Oh my god. And I started like freaking out. I was like, oh my god, what do I do? Oh my god, literally, what do I do? But he did not come to Houston, Texas. He went to California. And I stopped having a crush on him, and then I would just like check in on him like every once in a while just to see like what happened. He is truly just a TikTok boy, in that he's a straight boy who wears pearls with like the ugliest clothing that doesn't fit pearls, and he has the TikTok haircut with his like the middle part and like the fluffy whatever, and he also has veneers now, and they don't really look good. He looked much better with his previous teeth. His previous teeth were not societally perfect, but they did fit his face very beautifully, and it was like each tooth was like, there was a gap between each tooth, but it fit him like very well. It looked very good on him. Like if I had that, it just wouldn't fit. But it fit him very well, and he looks kind of stupid now, but anyways. But he had blonde hair, and then he changed it to his natural color, brown, but I don't know, seeing that blonde hair, the blonde really suited him so much more, I don't know. But anyways, I haven't looked recently. I'll look today, or after this, but, and then I remember, oh my god, and then when I went to the 11th grade, and then I had like two tiny crushes, nowhere near as big as him, with Louis Capaldi and Harry Styles. And I never thought I would have a crush on Harry Styles because I don't really even I don't really care. But I did just have a crush on him. I think it's because, like, again, if you're seeing someone so much, because he just released an album, like the Watermelon Sugar High, whatever album that came from, he released that, and so that was everywhere. And, like, again, proximity breeds closeness or whatever. And the next limerent crush that I had, and this was the only time in my life that I've ever had a crush on someone in person that I actually knew, was when I was in the 11th grade. And when I was in the 11th grade, okay, I never had a guy friend up until the 11th grade, and I'm so proud of myself for what I did in the 11th grade, because I was the most social I've ever been. I met so many different friends from so many different friend groups, different personalities, and if you were to have told me like a year ago that I would have, like a year prior to that, to the 11th grade, that I would have done that, I wouldn't have believed you. But one of my goals was I'm gonna make a friend that's a guy, because I need to do that, because up until that point I was genuinely so afraid of boys. Like, I was so scared, and it didn't help that every boy that I've ever come across with has only ever been the most nastiest nasty, rotten, evil, degenerate souls. Not even a soul, just the worst people on the planet to me. So that didn't help that. And I definitely had a prejudice to boys, and I still do, but it was really bad then. I was so scared of them. Like, I couldn't even pick up a pencil and give it to them. Like, I would just, like, if someone dropped a pencil, I would, like, kick it to someone else, or just quickly just pick it up and throw it. I couldn't even look at them. Anyways, but I was like, I can't live my life like that, because that's insane. Like, I can't be afraid of a gender. That's fucking crazy. And so I decided to try and make a friend that was a guy, and I made 4 friends that were guys. None of them I'm friends with today, because teenage boys are the worst thing on planet Earth. The worst demographic of people on planet Earth are teenage boys. They're, oh my god, they suck. But one of them I had a crush on. Well, no one had ever had a crush on me before in my life, and I never had a crush on anyone again, only celebrity crushes. So I would just, like, have a crush on this person. I don't want to say his name, because whenever I say it out loud I just cringe, and I just feel so icky when I think about this. But for the way I actually, like, built up my friendship with my best friend was through, like, talking about him and, like, asking for her advice, because she's very beautiful, and so many people have crushes on her, so she would tell me what she thought was going on. And so I called him Voldemort because I was so embarrassed to say his name. So I'll just say Voldemort again. But I would just have this internal crush, and I was like, okay, you know what? I guess maybe my summer crush starts in the fall semester. And so I would just have this crush to myself, and I would just be friendly with him. But the way that we would interact with each other was just through insults and, like, really mean interactions. And I would be nice to him at first, but then, like, as I was getting more and more friends with him, he was being meaner to me. And so I was like, okay, I'll just be mean back to you, bitch. So it was really, I've always looked forward to seeing him every day, but it was also just, like, I was always on edge, because I would always try and come up with, he was so, okay, well, the reason that I had a crush on him was I found him to be physically gorgeous. I thought it was so beautiful. And then this is also the first boy that broke the pattern that I was having previously. He was Middle Eastern, but I had a crush on him because I thought it was beautiful, and mainly because I thought he was just so effortlessly intelligent in so many different categories. He just, and that was the important part, the effortlessness of it. He just seemed so naturally inclined and capable in so many ways. Not like academically, like I would have to study so much to get 100 on something, but he would just study just a little bit and still get that 100. And usually whenever I would hear someone say that, I'd get like pissed and be like, okay, shut the fuck up, like why are you saying that, like leave me the fuck alone. But with him, I just found that so attractive. And another thing was, he was also just so witty. Like he was just so fast and quick on his feet. He could come up with a joke just like that. He was just so witty. And despite how much I hate him now and want to vomit just thinking about him now, like, credit where credit is due. He was a very quick-witted person, very intelligent, and like I just found that so attractive. And we had 2 classes together, and I was very proud of myself because I initiated walking with him to his class and then going to my other class, and I initiated all of our conversations, and they were just friendly at first. I wasn't trying to do anything, they were just friendly conversations. I was just happy to get to talk to him again because it was like friends first. And then I started asking my friends, like I told them, and they were like, we think that he likes you too, like we think that he has a crush on you too. And I was like, no way, like literally no way, like literally no way. And they were like, no, like you're the only girl that he seems to talk to. No one, we never see him talk to any other girl in our class besides you. And like you're walking to class together and all these things. And I was like, oh my god, like maybe. And again, like this was maybe month 4, and it took so much of me to get, it took so much to convince me that he could have a crush on me. But so when I finally did get convinced that he had a crush on me, it was just, I should have known, like I went against all logic that I had, and I let my emotions get the better of me and my beliefs get the better of me rather than trusting my brain. And I should have looked at it like I was looking at it up close instead of far away, because far away, or well, up close, I would have been like, oh my god, he's talking to me, oh my god, he's touching me, not like in a sexual way, but like we would always brush our arms against each other, he would always like poke me. And there was one time where I was wearing a shirt, it was like a crop top, and so you could see like a tiny bit of my waist, and he had everywhere else to poke, but he poked the skin that was showing. That was a cool moment. And I was like, I know that you know that I know that you know that I know that you know that you know. And so like up close that seems really great and super fun, but then from far away, like our interactions were always just very mean and aggressive. Like there were always insults. He never texted me, he only spoke to me in person. He never initiated anything, I always did. He only ever initiated like physical touch. Any conversations, I always initiated it. So that sucked. But I really should have just used my brain on this one, but I got so excited because I was like, this is the first time I ever felt wanted in my life, and when you're a teenager, you only ever want to feel wanted, and so it like I let everything just cloud my judgment. And I remember like that I downloaded Snapchat. I don't have it anymore. Snapchat is the fucking stupidest app in the world. But I downloaded it because everyone in my school had it, and I was like, okay, this is how I maintain my friends. So I hated Snapchat. I hated using it. But I remember you could see the locations of where everyone was, and during like Thanksgiving and winter break, I would see his location, and I would just I would just like watch his location. I would just watch his location, and I would just get so jealous whenever I would see it like go to certain places that I knew so many other people from my school were going to, because I was like, shit, you're probably hanging out with like someone that like is prettier than me, is nicer than me, is like all these things, like. And then there was this one girl, her name was, I won't say her name, her name was Tiffany, and Tiffany and him were said to have crushes on each other in the middle school. And Tiffany is very beautiful, very intelligent. So many people have publicly said that they had a crush on her, and so I just felt very nervous that he was hanging out with her and that he had a crush on her. She didn't go to her school anymore. She left to go to like some fancy private school, or yeah, like some academic program she left to go to. And so I got so jealous because she came back to visit her friends, and he was one of her friends. And so I was just just like my stomach feeling so sick, and I didn't get anything done that I was supposed to do my homework, study for my test or something. I didn't do any of that. I just watched his location, and it was just like imagining the worst things possible and feeling just so jealous. And oh my god, the jealousy was so bad. I don't think I've ever felt this jealous in any of my other limerent crushes as I did for him. And I think it's because it was like the first crush I've ever had on a genuine real person. Like, I don't consider celebrities to be real people because I'm like, I don't know who you are. Like, I don't know who you are, you know what I mean? But like, it was really bad, and it took a lot of me to get convinced, which is why when I found out that he didn't have a crush on me, which my friend Peyton at the time, she was so lovely, so kind. She asked him if he had a crush on me. She didn't have to do this, and I'm very grateful that she did. But she asked him like in a good way, and like not in like a annoying way. But she asked him like, "Hey, do you have a crush on me?" Because like we only ever see you talk to her and all that stuff. And he was like, "No, I just see her as a friend." And it was really a low blow because, again, like, I never believed anyone could have a crush on me, and so it took a lot of me to believe that it could happen, and then seeing that it actually, like, that he actually didn't have a crush on me, it was really hard. And I was like, okay, that's whatever. But I was like, okay, you know, it's okay, it's fine, it's whatever. But I just remember him telling me that he would have never dated anyone because it's like, oh, people go off to college, so what's the point? Like, you're never gonna see these people again, most likely, so what's the point in even dating someone? You're just gonna go through heartache when you don't have to. And I was like, okay, I guess. But then literally the next year, he dated someone who truly could not have been more opposite of me. Like, in every way, shape, and form, this girl with the opposite, different personality, humor, looks, everything, literally everything. And I think the thing that like really affected me, which I'm ashamed to say that this was the thing that like really affected me, but it's the truth, it was the fact that we physically looked so different. Like, she was also Asian, but she was not South Asian. She was East Asian. She had a very thin nose, very fair skin, like silky straight hair, like skinny, tall. She was a popular girl. She was on the dance team. I was like an acquaintance of hers. I wouldn't call each other friends. Like, she was the type of person she would call everybody her friend, but also say like, I have no friends. Oh my god, I'm so crazy, I'm so quirky, I have no friends. Like, and we just had and just seeing him date her just made me feel so disgusting and disgusted both. I just felt so ashamed of myself that I could let myself, like, the one thing that I knew I had going for me was my academic intelligence, my logic. Okay, I might not be street smart, but at the time I might not have been street smart, but I did have logic going for me. And I was just so embarrassed of myself that the one thing I had, the one thing that I was proud of, I didn't use, and I let him in that whole situation cloud the one thing that I had, which was my intelligence. And I still feel so embarrassed, and I hate thinking about it to this day. Like, oh, it truly gives me like such a nasty physical feeling. But that entire year was limerence. Like, that entire year was limerence. Like, every single time I was in that school, I was just waiting for the classes that I had with him. I would imagine every time I went to sleep, I would pretend that we were dating each other. I would like imagine scenarios that, like, I would take one tiny thing and then stretch it by like 1,500 miles, thinking that he was gonna like go out of his way for me. Like, literally one thing he did, he had found like a fake cockroach toy and he gave it to me, and he was like, this is for you. And like, obviously it's like a joke gag gift, but I took that as, oh my god, he gave me a gift. Like, I was so insane. And it was the most painful one out of all of them. It was just, oh, it was so bad because it was real. It was like a real person. And yeah, no, I've never had a crush on a real person since. Not just because of him, but just because I haven't like been in a situation where I've talked to a boy for more than like a school project. And all the boys that I've had for my groups in my like college projects are dumb as fuck and disgusting. So like, I don't care. But the next crush, I still currently have a crush. Oh, well, the next crush was because of the World Cup. It was Neymar. He's probably not the best person to be having a crush on at this very moment in time. I don't have a crush on him anymore, but yeah, I was obsessed with Neymar. I did all the things that everybody else that I did for everybody else, which, you know, Instagram, the fan fictions, all that stuff. But and the thing with like clouding, like just disregarding all the like problematic things that he would do with, you know, like cheating on all of his girlfriends and stuff like that. But yeah, I had a crush on him during the World Cup, and then from December 2022 to the summer, I just had a crush on like so many other football players, so many soccer players, like just a bunch of them. But I would never date one in real life, I don't think, because there are only two types of football players. One is so egregiously religious and has children, like 1,500 children by the time they're like, what, 20? Or they are a genuine slut. Like, They are the sluttiest slut, whore, slut. They're not a slut, they're a whore. They are a whore with a capital wh. A whore. They're whores, okay? With like a tattoos up and down their body. And I don't know what the hell that's about. Like, I genuinely don't know what the hell that's about, because it's every single one of them acts like that. Except for my man, Mr. Human's son. Except for my husband, Mr. Human's son. But yeah, I don't know what that's about. Anyways, the current limerence crush that I don't have a limerence crush right now. I'm waiting for that to happen. Like, it's always a fun surprise. Like, I always wish it goes away whenever I get into it, but it's always a fun surprise whenever. Like, I look forward to it, but when I'm not in it, but when I'm in it, I want to get out of it. But the last summer's limerence crush was a YouTuber. This person is now very famous, unfortunately, and he is known for, and like, every one of his fans just makes a bunch of edits. He's like, everyone has a crush on him, which sucks for me, because it's like, this is the first celebrity crush where this person is like within my age range, like only a few years old, like older than me, and by a few years I mean like I think 2. So he's like literally my age, and so it hits really close. Like, I always find that the crushes that I have that are really close to my age, I feel so much more jealous about, because I think it's like, to me, the baseline for someone being able to be attracted back to you is you being within their age range. Because like, I have no problem saying that like I have a crush on Christian Bale or Cillian Murphy. Like, I don't care that I can say that. Like, I can say I have a crush on Michael B. Jordan. Like, who cares? Because like, they're like 50 years old or something. Like, they're so old that it doesn't mean anything, you know? But if they were my age, which I don't even want to say my age because I feel like a 12-year-old child, so saying that I'm 20 is disgusting to me. But if they were my age, I would have no issue. I mean, I would have the biggest issue saying that I had a crush on them, because that's too much. That's way too much. That's too real. But this person is within my age range, and the people that they've had a crush on, they're just so gorgeous and just so successful, and they have so much going for them, and it's just, damn. Like, I have a crush on your crushes too. Like, damn. Ugh, and it really does suck. But and like, I know this person has a crush on, or I know this person is dating, and like, this girl who's, again, the exact opposite of me in every way, shape, or form. She's tall, fair-skinned, different hair color, short hair, not long hair, like completely different. And I know y'all are dating, like, don't piss me off, like, I know. One thing that I will say that I'm great at is figuring out if two people are dating before everybody else. Like, I remember that happened in my school, and everybody thought I was stupid, but then when it happened, everyone's like, oh my, they were like, oh my god, I never would think that they were together. Oh my god, nobody ever thought. What do you mean nobody ever thought? I thought. Like, what? Give me credit. Like, oh my god. I always feel so invisible. But I had a limerence crush on, and that crush, I still have a crush on him, but it's no longer limerence. It's just a crush. But that crush was just so much more lighthearted of a limerence, in that there was like mental anguish, or not anguish, but there was just like an urgency. All my crushes involve urgency of like, I need to do this, I need to find this. There was an urgency with this person, but it was never like a painful person. Like, I always, like my previous crushes, now that I'm saying this out loud, I'm finding out that my previous crushes, the urgency was that, oh my god, when I have to go to sleep, I'm not finding anything about this person. I have to wait a whole like 8 hours before I can like find out new stuff about this person. But with this crush, there was no urgency, like no negative urgency. It was more so like, okay, well, now I get to go to sleep. I get to imagine what my life would be like with this person, and then I can find out more about them tomorrow. Tomorrow's a whole nother day, and I can do so much more tomorrow and find out so much more about this person tomorrow. Like, it was like, instead of feeling that I was missing out on something, I felt like I felt like I was looking forward to something, which was, I never experienced that before. And so I felt really lucky to have that crush. And from what I gather about this person, there's nothing problematic about them. They're a genuine, just nice person, and I feel like we have a lot of common. And I did find out that, or I did read that apparently the qualities that you have in yourself are what you find attractive in other people for the most part. And so I think maybe that's why I have a crush on this person, because I do think that we have like a lot of similar qualities. So maybe that's why, I don't know. But it is unfortunate that he's 100% dating someone who is complete opposite of me, but also I think my age, which is also even worse for me. But I don't know what my crush for this summer is gonna be like. Maybe I won't even have one. Maybe I'm a mature woman and I won't even have a crush this summer. But oh, and then there was a tiny little limerent crush. I won't say who it is because this person is literally a few months older than me, and I hope to God that I get to meet this person in real life one day. But I had like a short little limerent crush on this person, but it couldn't go beyond. It wasn't really it was limerence. It couldn't go beyond anything because at the time no one had written fan fictions about this person because he wasn't like well known. He only had like a few thousand followers, like not more than me, you know, be proud of it, but like not enough to where people would write fan fictions about this person. I think maybe now he's starting to get fan fictions written about him, which that's how you know you made it, if you got fan fictions written about you. I hope one day someone would write fan fictions about me. But yeah, I had a tiny little one, but it just felt so like, I just felt so giddy whenever I found it. Like, giddy is literally the only word. It's such a weird word, but like, giddy. Like, I just felt giddy whenever I would find things about this person, because he was just my age, and I'd never found a crush. I had a crush on someone literally my age, besides that horrible one from the 11th grade. And this was just such a happy one because, again, I could just make stuff up about this person, because I don't know, he's not real. Like, he's not a real person in my life. So but whenever I do get my next limerent crush, I will let y'all know, and hopefully I can tell you things about this person together. But thank you for watching. Oh wait, I didn't even tell you how I got out of my limerence. Oh my god, you thought I was done talking, bitch? No. But to get out of my limerence, what I would do is I would just, like, all of my getting out of my limerence always happened whenever school started, so I guess just finding something else to do is how you slowly get your mind split between, because your mind, like, for me, my limerence always started when my mind had nothing else to focus on. Like, there was nothing else, it was just that one person. So but when I went to school, like, I couldn't focus all my energy on that person. I had to focus on my school because I'm going to school and I don't want to get beat by my parents. My parents don't beat me, like, they don't beat me, but like, I mean, I've never given them a reason for them to beat me, so maybe they would, but I don't know. But you need to find something that distracts you, or something else. Like, so find a TV show that you like to do, find a new hobby, talk to your friends, write, watch this video, just do a puzzle, paint, do something that takes some energy from you, to do some focus. Okay, not something that's mind numbing, like don't do exercise, because like when you're exercising, you want to just not, you want to go numb, so you're not focusing on the pain. Like, don't exercise, because then your mind's gonna go to that crush. What you want to do is maybe go on a walk with your friend and just talk to them the whole time, because then you're gonna forget about it. Another way is just think about them doing the most disgusting things possible. Okay, like all my crushes I find to be so incredibly beautiful and gorgeous, but whenever I think about them doing something like sharding doing something so disgusting, like diarrhea or constipation or vomiting or just like tripping and falling, because I find that to be so embarrassing. I don't care whoever does it. I don't care how old you are, how young you are. When you trip and fall, I'm gonna laugh at you. I don't care. Like just imagine them doing something embarrassing, doing something just stupid. That really just makes me find them like that, like you know. But another thing that you could do, I guess, is to, because I know so many people, whenever they see their crush doing something embarrassing, they always end up finding them endearing. Just imagine, and this might not work because it definitely didn't work on me, but maybe if you are a person of color, I would say ask yourself, would they date you for your race? And this can only apply to certain ethnic groups, because certain ethnic groups like mine get shit on a daily basis. Yes. So, you know, it might not apply to every ethnic group, just the ones who are considered a laughing stock and not, if your ethnic group is commonly asked out on a date as a joke. So ask yourself, would this person go out on a date with you regardless of your ethnicity, or would they go on a date with you despite your ethnicity? If the answer is no, you might maybe audition yourself. If your answer is I don't know, you might have to think about it a little bit. But another thing is, I think you need to find a video of you having a crush on, or a video of them saying something horrible about women, or about your gender. Find out how they view your gender, okay? Because once you find that out, then it's over. I think it's over. Because I remember I didn't have a crush on Matt Wright, but I did find him attractive for a little bit, because I think it was just the humor. Like, he was just so confident in his humor. And then I found out about how he talks about women, and I'm like, you suck ass. Like, you suck dick, bitch. And so, like, now I don't even find him physically attractive. I find him very disgusting. But let's see, I would say try and find out if they're gay, but like I've had so many crushes on so many gay people in my life, so I don't care. It's mainly just finding something embarrassing about them, like, or imagining them doing something embarrassing, and finding some way to preoccupy yourself. That's truly the only way. Like, your mind needs to either forget about them, or sorry, your mind, because that's so stupid to say, just you get out of limerence by forgetting about them, bitch. Your mind needs something else to focus on, and your mind needs to, you need to reframe your thought process about this person as they are, instead of the best thing in your life, the worst thing in your life. And the easiest way to do that is to think about them doing things that you hate. Find something that you could, because a lot of limerence is taking one tiny thing and then just expanding it to the biggest thing possible. Like I mentioned, I would see some of my crushes like do this one thing, and I'd be like, oh my god, wait, they're gonna do this, and then they're gonna do this, and it was like this whole, like, it would just branch out so much. But maybe instead of doing that, you could branch out and say that, oh, this person leads to this, leads to this, leads to this, with just like hear them say one thing, being like, oh, I love to go to Germany, and you're like, oh my god, wait, you love to go to Germany? Wait, that means you like Nazis? Wait, oh my god, wait, that means you like Hitler? Oh my god, wait, are you a Nazi? Oh my god. Like, just do something like that, you know? Be limerent, do that exaggeration, but in the opposite sense. You know, maybe that can help you. Let's see. Another way is to maybe try to have multiple crushes at the same time. Because I'm not sure if you can be in limerence with more than one person at the same time. I've never experienced that. I've only experienced limerence with one person at one time. But maybe you can try and find multiple people that you have crushes on, so that, again, your mind is not focused all on one person. It's focused on multiple people. I think that's a good strategy, to have multiple crushes. That might sound counterintuitive, but I think it is a good strategy. Just try and have multiple crushes, because it leads to your spread out focus. Also, maybe just try and find something disgusting about, I know this is not good to say, but I think it does help. Maybe try and find a stereotype about whatever this person is, from whatever demographic, their gender, their ethnic group, their race, their job, their height, where they live. Just find some bad stereotype and find out how they exemplify that stereotype in some way, and be like, oh, okay, you know. And I know that's bad, but hey, desperate times called for desperate measures. But I just wanted to say thank you for watching. Happy Pride. Yes, and please stream my song Gimme Love. G, capital G, lowercase I, capital M, lowercase I, the number 3, space, capital L, capital X, capital V, capital I, capital I, capital I. And I have a new song coming out called Locked in Love this month, towards the end of this month, and it's much different than my other songs, and I very much like it. I think it's very much shorter as well, but I think it's very you know that part in Into You by Ariana Grande, like the bridge part where it's like da da da, you know, it's like that part, you know, it's like that feeling, I think. But anyways, thank you again for watching. Bye. Oh wait,